look very Asian. But recently, I actually found out that I have 2% Caucasian DNA in me. From time to time. Yeah, that is my white boyfriend. Yeah. It's good to be here. I'm from China, and I have been living in the UK for 9 years. 9 years living in the UK as a full-time immigrant. Yeah. It's hard to be immigrant. For me, I have to adapt to the culture. I have to learn a language, and English just doesn't make sense. Make no sense at all. I will give you some example. Like, why on earth in English the word horrible and terrible both means horrible? Which is fair enough, but horrific and terrific doesn't mean the same. How is that making sense? Like, once a person came up to me and said, "Oh my God, you look terrific today." I was like, "Your face is terrific, bitch." See, I think English is basically a big trap for foreigners. Big trap for foreigners. At my previous job, I was nominated for an award, so I have to give a speech, right? So I went down the stage, hold the microphone, and I said, "It is my pleasure to be nominated by my manager for this award. The working experience here has always been horrific." And my co-workers just looking at me thinking, "Wow, that was a very brave Me Too moment." English doesn't make sense, and also English is not very beautiful. It's not a very beautiful language, because recently I learned a new phrase. Do you guys know in British English, how do they describe when it's raining lightly, like tiny bit of raindrops? Drizzle, yeah, and there's another word. Spitting, thank you. Spitting. Here's the thing, I think in any other languages, there is always a very romantic and poetic way to describe when it's raining lightly. Like in Chinese, we call it, it's like a fun hair. And in Japanese, they call it, oh, it's like a tiny teardrop. But in British English, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand, how did the British people manage to make the first mutual agreement? How did the first guy just walking on the street and went, "Oh, oh, ooh, remember the time when I got too excited talking about types of deadly tea? Oh yeah, I do recall you were totally spitting on me. Yeah, this is like spitting on me. Oh, let's call it spitting." And I did this bit another day. There was this British lady. She was sitting in the front row. She sort of like disagreed with me. She was like, "Oh, that is a little bit unfair." I was like, "Oh, why is it unfair?" She was like, "Oh, I think we have a lot of lovely phrases in British English to describe weather. Maybe we just don't have one to describe when it's rainy lightly." I was like, "Okay. Do you know in British English, how do you describe when it's raining heavily? It's called it's pissing down." It's a tough life. But like, when you live in a foreign country, everything just becomes interesting. Even my name becomes interesting. My name is Wang. It's quite a simple name. It's my real name. It's quite a simple Chinese name. But some people once told me that my real name is too Chinese to be real. They're like, wait. You're saying your name is Qin from China? With a surname Wang? What, are you in a witness protection program or something? I'm like, shut up, your name is Scott. You're from Scotland. And your surname is MacDonald. That's my boyfriend, Scott McDonald. Yeah, Scott, he's nice. As I mentioned, Scott, he's white. Basically, how it works is his parents are white. But he has a brother who is white. Yeah. It's not very diverse, the family, not at all. And recently his brother came out. Turns out his brother has been dating a guy from the Philippines. His name is Philip. Well, don't get me wrong, I think it's very sweet how his brother is dating a guy from the Philippines, but also it's sort of concerning to me because like why is this family keep trapping the Asians? What's going on here? Because now they have one Asian male and one Asian female. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to boost their national ping pong team or something? That's not even the worst part. The worst part is like about 2 weeks ago, we all went back to Scotland as a big family gathering. And we were like all walking on the street as a whole group. Other people look at us. They look at us. They're like, oh, look. Ah, what a lovely middle-class Scottish family with their 2 adopted Asian kids. It's very complicated. Me and Scott, we have been together for 5 years. Oh, thank you. Recently, he told me that he wants to get married. Yeah, and he told me he actually went to ask my dad, and my dad agreed. So I guess those two are getting married now or something. I don't know. Like, we do have a few like cultural differences between us. And one of the things I found particularly interesting is how like, I have to say this, but like white people love to get their skin tanned. White people love it. Yeah. But our Chinese people, we like to get our skin whitened. Yeah, so someday when it's too sunny outside, I'll just stay indoor. But my boyfriend, he'll jump out into the bright sunlight to get tanned. And when I look at him through the window, see, that look exactly like when you're checking your chickens through the oven door. And every half an hour he comes back, I help him apply the sun cream. That's me basting my chicken. It's so tempting to stuff some rosemary and thyme up his arse. We moved in together about two years ago. Now we live together in London. Basically, he used to live in Scotland, but he moved down to London with me. Now we moved together. But I still remember the process when we moved in together. Basically, he moved into my flat. Yeah? So like basically he walked into my flat and then he looked around and he just started planning by himself. You know what I mean? Like he walked in, he's like, oh, nice flat. I guess I'll sleep on this side of the bed. Oh, I'll take this part of the wardrobe. Oh, I'll use those drawers. The thing is, he is British and I'm Chinese. So to me, that just feels like the old colonizer have stepped in my territory. Then just started claiming stuff. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Which bit exactly looks like Hong Kong to you? So, by the way, I turned 28 last week. Okay, this is not the reaction I'm expecting. You guys should be like, there's no way she's 28. You guys failed me. Let's do this again. By the way, I turned 28 last week. All right, too fake. No. Cringe. No, 28, like on my 28th year's birthday, I was admiring myself in the mirror and I noticed something different about me. Like, I just realized that my breast sort of like dropped a bit. I feel like I suck. Sorry about the eye contact, sir. This guy, he's so awkward right now. It's okay, you can check. It's fine. And like, but I wasn't so sure if my breasts actually dropped a bit or not because I didn't take much nude back then. You know what I mean? Like, this is after photo. I have no before photo to compare with. And I was so upset about it. I'm not upset about getting old. I'm upset because I have no way to witness the process of this natural decay. And I'm thinking all over this, and I decided this is what I'm gonna do from now on. So from now on, I'm gonna mark it on the door frame. See here? 28 over here. And 29 moving down. And I'm thinking right next to it will probably be my future kid growing up. And maybe there will be 1 year I'll be like, oh, look at you. You grew this much last year. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Ooh, wow. It's the same length of how much your mom's dick sucked. I know it sounds a bit creepy, I know, but it's actually beautiful if you think about it. It's so beautiful because if I put my boobs on his head, they'll be pushed back to the original place. Like if people ask me, oh, what's your secret of keeping youth? I'll be like, that's because my family has always been very supportive. Yeah, 28th birthday actually is an important one for me because it marks my 10th year since I came to the UK. Yeah, thank you. So just 2 months ago, I got my permanent British citizenship. Yeah, I know. So I know we are quite international today. I really want to say this because I know we have people from all over the world. Because I know living in a foreign country could be a very hard experience, but get out of my country. This is my country now. I've been waiting for 10 years just to say this. It feels great. No, I like my life here. I like British culture. I love celebrating British holidays. I think a few British holidays are really fun, like a bonfires night. That's really fun. And bank holiday. Mwah. So sweet. But Pancake Day? Pancake Day. I remember the first time I heard of Pancake Day. My boyfriend was like, honey, today is Pancake Day. So we must all have some pancakes. I was like, okay, very funny. But same trade won't work twice. You told me last Friday was National Blowjobs Day. Right, I'm gonna leave you here. Listen, you have been absolutely horrific. Enjoy